Cool guys, explosions, boom.
That's the Army. You won't find an Air Force guy doing that. It's up here, not here.
M82 will cycle anything. You can put 9mm in an M82 and it'll cycle
I
it.
never had any.
No!
Yes, thank God. Wind. You know what you have to do to an AK-47 to bend it like that? Short of an Army Ranger grabbing it and physically bending it, I don't know how else you do it.
Welcome to Black Rifle Coffee's Veterans React. Today I'm joined by Josh and Andy at Tripwire Operations Group. So first up, everybody's favorite movie, the best Irish accents ever. Blown away.
Don't give me your political bullshit.
She's waiting for the rocket's red glare.
25 years ago.
Doing you know what?
Little known fact, this is the movie that gave Forrest Whitaker eye. Real fact?
Is that scientific? Like, did he get blown up or something? Like,
He's the one that has the headphone bombs and they're like working on it as he sits there trying not to move.
I'm sorry, Lenny.
Give you Forrest Whitaker eye too if you were sitting with a bomb strapped to your head. Everybody knows what Forrest Whitaker eye is. Everybody.
all right, let's go through this.
Person.
Got explosions.
Oh, dude.
Got explosions. The dude.
I'm not used to seeing him so
He
intense.
abides. Lebowski's on the case.
According to the report, the guy can build bombs out of biscuit.
I love the 80s style. Oh, how'd they do that? Impossible.
Look.
Oh,
Hey, cool guys run towards explosions.
it's in a yep.
Oh yeah. So he's got. What is that like? You got a bunch of deck cord and.
Deck cord? I
can't
don't know if those
I
are
can barely see
blasting caps or grenade fuses, but
Is that an actual scenario that outside of that has been used before, like with the collar bombs, or just people just like putting dead man
the
switches
collar
on?
bomb thing's a big South American cartel type thing, like the Colombian neckties. They call
Yeah.
them Colombian necktie.
Okay.
That's a whole having
Okay.
a bomb strapped around your neck type thing.
All right, I just see that and I'm like, wow, that's excessive.
Yeah, that's like a neck and chest. That's
Yeah, that'll do the
elaborate.
job.
That's not a bomb. That's an exoskeleton. He's actually
dude, he's
another little known fact. The actor and his character is actually a quadriplegic, and that's an exoskeleton to help him move to do his acting.
Shut up.
Google it.
No, Google it.
It might be antennas.
Antennas? Yeah.
I don't know. That deck cord's gonna cut itself off. That's
Yeah.
that's terrible planning.
He's got a lot of explosions going around him for this trailer.
Yeah, time's up.
Time's up.
Oh
no, he did it.
The only thing I remember is the bad accent.
You shouldn't have done that, Dad.
So what did you like about this movie? Or is it just a complete wash for you?
The stupidity wasn't over the top. They dramatized a little bit, but not quite as bad as everybody knows how terrible the Hurt Locker is. Strictly because
Bit
of
of
the
something.
period and the movies that it was built around. It's awesome. This was one of the first times that I saw a Ron's robot with two neutralizing with pans attached to it.
Oh, really?
With the dual mount tool system.
Excessive amount of blasting caps, right?
Yeah, I like that clock. There's a little bit of style added to it.
A little known fact, that clock was actually Tommy Lee Jones' character's retirement gift, and that's why it's built into the device as kind of a, to the Boston Police Department. See how I did that softly?
Very soft.
There's a bomb.
Just
You don't even know where my fingers are.
There's a nice zoom in on it.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Oh.
Oh, it's a oh. It's going. I honestly remember none of this. The
Really?
only thing I remember is the Forrest Whitaker scene.
You know more about Forrest Whitaker than anyone I've ever met. So why this? You got all these tripwires here,
Yeah,
right?
so those are anti-personnel mines that they have planted. They're buried in the ground, they're canisters, and once they're actuated through various methods, they're designed to fly about chest height on a grown male,
Yeah.
meter and a half, and basically explode. And right here you can see that,
Get the overpressure
yeah.
blowing the muzzle.
First of all, that specific landmine doesn't have that much overpressure. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it's anti-personnel, so it's going to be more fragged to wound and maim. They have trip lines the whole way down through that alley. And one, there's no fireball. That doesn't happen. And two, whoever did their pyro for this movie is terrible. You can see the fake cannons they have on each side.
Right!
oh, dude, I haven't seen this since.
So good.
Wait.
Hold on. Hold on.
Little known fact, you can designate targets with a 99-cent gas station laser.
Oh, come on.
I always make it 60, always right on the windowsill. Oh, man.
Oof. So did you have a single eye patch that you wore,
Yeah.
or did you have multiple for depending on what you were doing?
Oh, just one
Like
single one.
varying like shades of darkness.
I feel like that Barrett break is so easily recognizable compared to any other rifle platform.
Pretty sure it would have jammed by now. Stovepipe.
Did you shoot the M107 or the M82 or?
Yeah, the 107.
Yeah, the 107, I noticed that too. If you're shooting like M33 out of it,
Yeah.
there's a high probability, depending on who the manufacturer was, that you're going to get a stovepipe or failure to extract.
We had the M82, the A1.
M82
With
will
a-
cycle anything. You can put 9mm in an M82 and it'll cycle
I
it.
never had any issues with that thing. Look, and she's just lugging that
Oh,
25-pound
yeah,
rifle
right.
around like it's no thing.
Comparing like your kit versus, something like that where it seems pretty freaking excessive.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's excessive. I mean, like, obviously, like, if you're carrying that on target, like, you either have vehicles or something out there with you. I mean, I guess you could jump in and lug it, but
What's your loadout like usually? Like
I would
your-
say mission dependent or
Yeah.
situation dependent, whatever.
Oh, this is when she goes crazy.
Oh, yeah. Get after it. Get after it. She's not hitting a damn thing, though.
she's got to be at 8 by now.
Well, that's a bigger than usual
Oh, yeah,
mag.
shoot that pistol back at her.
Because that standard mag is what, 10?
10 rounds.
Yeah,
That
10
thing
rounds.
looks twice as big. So I've always been told you can't shoot people with the 50 cal because it's an anti-material and it's against the Geneva Conventions. Is that true?
I don't know. I've heard that as well.
I don't think that applies here. Is
He's
this?
like,
Oh, no, I meant Andy. He's like, I fucking kill people all the time.
No, but there's obviously like stories out there about like the Canadian sniper who's got the longest shot, and that was with a 50 cal.
This is Jack Reacher.
So we got a Jack Reacher audiobook on our last trip out to California, and I was pretty disappointed. They make Jack Reacher sound like a freaking Sasquatch in the book. It's Tom Cruise.
5 foot even, 130 pounds soaking wet. They always make a big deal about hand loading their rounds. Like, is that something that you're like,
No, just load the magazine and.
Do you have like brands that you were just partial to? You just knew that.
No, I never got into competition, so it's pretty much whatever the Army would supply. I like how he's got no sand sock. He's just completely unsupported in the back.
Don't be mad at him because he's a better shot.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're talking to a guy who learned how to skydive for Mission Impossible, right?
Jump from
Little
window
known
to window.
fact:
Oh.
Tom Cruise is a Halo jump master.
Scientology blessed off on it.
This is Sniper.
Sniper.
Yeah.
I'll gillian up. All right. So they're stalking up on a village here. With women and children.
What kind of power scope is that? Did yours zoom in that with HD like that?
This is
And
pretty.
what is that reticle? Like, how are you
a red dot sight on a
What was
sniper
that-
rifle? I don't know.
what was that-
When was this movie made?
93.
93. I'm sure that technology was awesome back then.
Oh, now we're different.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What is on the reticle there? Like, what is?
That's the symbol for a resistor. Little known fact is these high power scopes use a lot of electricity, so they got to have resistance.
How do you even get like your windage on that?
I don't know.
Right there, see that apple went up and came down? Zero variation, no wind.
No wind. That was his wind call.
Take it.
Oh, do it. Right
Take
there.
it.
Oh, right in the chest.
There was no drop.
Nope. Oh.
Did they have laser guns then?
Yeah, they must have.
Smart, right? Took in his brass.
Okay, yeah, that's not a
Taking
bad
his
idea.
trash with him.
For you, Andy, like when you go to watch any kind of military movie, is there any kind of like baseline expectations that they're going to get it right? Or you're just like, I'm always setting the bar on the ground and I'm going to step over it when I go in.
I think you guys at the bar low. Like even like great films, like even like Saving Private Ryan or like Band of Brothers. I mean, it's always got that Hollywood effect to it.
Yeah, at this point, you just know that you have to just
Yeah.
enjoy it for what it is. And
I feel like everybody in the military has an opinion on the Hurt Locker. It seemed like it was so well received in Hollywood, and everybody in the military just kind of takes a
didn't
dump
they give
on it.
Catherine Bigelow like best war movie, most authentic war movie
Yeah.
ever made or something?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
20 bombs have you disarmed? 873. Counting today, sir, yes. That's got to be a record.
Have you seen it?
What's that? No.
Oh. I got better things to do in my life.
I made my wife watch it just so she could be miserable with me, and I told her all the things that were wrong with it. Oh, this? Yep. What's your plan? At this point, what's your plan?
What's Josh doing
Because
this
at this
scenario?
point, I guarantee you the C-cell batteries in his power pack are dead. So now he doesn't have a fan cooling off his little visor, and he's breathing heavy because he has a pistol pointed at a V-bed. So now he's fogging up. At least his security's looking outwards and not watching what's going on with them. And now there's smoke. Somebody popped smoke. That was probably a ranger. thought it was a good idea to
Would've pulled
pop
the trigger by
smoke.
now.
Oh, ooh.
Oh.
And it's a Beretta, so look out.
Did they get that right?
He'd be in so much trouble for this. Shooting that dude's window out. Like, other than him being in the vehicle, and he is stopped now, there's no justifiable, they're not gonna be able to justify that threat. Per policy, I guess, we don't fire warning shots. If you fire a round, it better be going at an identifiable target that
Yeah, I
you're
guess it
trying to
depends
kill.
what the rules of engagement would be at the time.
Yeah. Just hear himself breathing. Wondering what are those clowns doing up there? Yeah, so he starts pulling them out. He starts pulling these projectiles out of the ground. Let's say they're 155 millimeter projectiles.
Yeah.
And then they're connected with deck cord, which must be connected with JB Weld, because he starts pulling that deck cord and lifting 125 plus pounds with it, and it doesn't come out.
So is he going out there like in a scenario like this all
Well, right
by
now
himself?
he's talking sweetly to it to try to get it to surrender. Hey man, just a pet, give you a little pet.
How does he know that's there? Does a dog hit on that? Or
A dog could have hit on it. Private Snuffy could have found it and saw it. There might be an intel report. Or UAV could have watched this dude put it in the ground. But knowing how badass this dude is, he probably sensed it.
You're a wild man, you know that?
Spidey sense.
Look at him, hand entry right off the bat. So when he starts cutting stuff, and those other guys are looking around to see what's going on, they want to see, out of everybody hanging around and lingering, if somebody's starting to fidget or somebody's starting to take off. World's Strongest Man.
strongest man?
Little known fact, World's Strongest Man competition was actually held in Balad, Iraq. And
Jeremy Renner just won it.
he takes a deep breath. Dude, he lifts from the back. He doesn't even bend his knees. Like, winning. Honestly, given the situation, I don't see any need for him to be doing what he's doing.
You would just blow it?
Maybe that apartment building's full of people and they can't get him out of there. But still, he pulls that out of the ground. There's no reason why he shouldn't have immediately went back to his truck. Hey, does the robot work? And that's the thing with this. There's no set protocol. There's no established step 1 through 10.
What's that release? Is that just like an emergency thing, or is
So
it
that
just
he
made,
pulled? So yeah, that's the top of that suit has 2 handles. So somebody's got to help you get in it, but it's designed that if there's an emergency, something goes off, you're on fire, you're a heat casualty, whatever it may be, you can self-remove that.
Why does he have Ear Pro on?
So it's doubling as a radio.
Oh, okay.
He introduces this scene by,
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die comfortable.
he's not wrong. Everybody's thought it and said it multiple times.
Yeah.
Because given what they're showing in the trunk of this vehicle, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. Like, what does the bomb suit do for you? Why have one on? Does it mitigate the blast? Does it mitigate overpressure, or
Its
what?
primary is going to be blast overpressure. And then secondary, it has a small amount of fragmentation protection, and then it has plates on the front and back that are ballistic rated for high-powered rifles. But in this situation, it's not going to help. And again, what he's doing right now, given the scene that is set in this car in the middle of this
Plaza
open
or whatever?
space,
Yeah.
unless I assume all these buildings are filled with people, there's, again, no reason for him to be doing what he's doing. Step 1 is be as remote as possible. Yeah, this whole hero hand knife cutting stuff up is like last resort. There's an entire family of innocent people in that car. You have no other option but to get in there and fix it right now.
Yeah. I feel like they're trying to label bomb techs as a certain personality type in this movie.
Yeah, as being the cowboy. And
You're the guy in the flaming car, Sergeant James? That's just hot shit.
that's the Army. You won't find an Air Force guy doing that. It's up here, not here. They don't know what's going on, so they're trying to figure out, all these people watching them. Does somebody have a phone? Are they recording them? They're trying to make sure this dude doesn't die from an external factor other than what he's doing.
I'd assume there's wiring all through the car.
Yep.
So, like,
So
what's he looking for?
modern things like this are going to be designed certain ways, by engineers.
Yeah.
They're going to be specific flow patterns. Things are going to be zip tied together, made to look pretty. Majority of the time, there's going to be something that's out of place.
So he's just going to strip the whole center console.
So right now
out there?
he found something, and he's tracing it with his finger, and it led him to the head unit and the radio. So now it's basically, all right, that's where that clue leads. What do I find behind this?
He's going to find a sweet CD or mixtape.
Damn, I've been looking for that thing for like 6 months.
See, now he goes up and he pops the hood. So whatever he found behind the radio runs up to the engine block. And now when he pops this hood, there's probably going to be more than necessary batteries going to that vehicle's battery as a power source. So he just moves from one target to the next. All right, where does this go? What's it do?
So in a scenario like that, though,
Yeah, given the scenario, the way they're presenting it, like, you have no time. They just saw a dude with a camcorder on, like, this whatever floor recording them. Got to
there.
make a personal, moral, ethical, and professional decision. Who's in these buildings? Do I keep going and just keep cutting stuff and hope I get it? And if this goes, I go with everybody in these buildings,
Yeah.
or do I just say, nope, I'm done, return me and my guys as safety, and then try to explain to the families in these buildings why it just fell on their heads.
So in a situation like that, then what do you do with all that ordnance?
So now that he's fixed that, now they can bring in every Joe they got in the area, secure the entire area, and they can spend as long as they want right tearing that car apart.
Do you do any type of forensic analysis on it to like,
Yeah,
so if there's a tag it?
Not him specifically, but there's an entire team, EXC, Combined Explosive Exploitation Cell. They're multidisciplinary team. That's what they do. They do all the forensic stuff. So any of the tape, the wires, all that stuff that's not an explosive hazard, he'll maintain and he'll send it back. And they have FBI individuals and they'll go through it and try to figure out who's what.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the last Black Rifle Coffee video, I'm gonna take and do a random comment picker, and I'm gonna give away a t-shirt, bag of coffee, whatever it is that you want. I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah, we got some new shirts, we got new bags of coffee, we got all kinds of good gear. All you have to do is hit us up on Instagram, let us know what your information is, and we're gonna sort through this real fast. Let's see what we got. 1,200 people, wow. The Rally Point is the YouTube username, and it's just the hook 'em horns, what would you refer to them, emoji, and then the sunglasses emoji. So that still counts as a comment. So thanks for the comment. Hit us up, you got 30 days to hit us up on IG. Just DM us your information and we'll ship you out either a bag of coffee, a shirt, hat, whatever it is you want. And yeah, let us know if there's any movies that you guys want us to cover here. We got a bunch of people in the Black Rifle Coffee family that we can bring in, subject matter experts, to be able to talk about different things. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.